You were right. I did lie to you. I shouldn't have. All I can say is that if you get this, stay away.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back with another game review, and this time we're doing Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Greetings if you're new here, and welcome back if it isn't your first time. Please like and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow along with all of the great content that we got planned for you guys. Alright, let's get into it. I've been a fan of the Resident Evil brand for as long as I can remember. I played all the games, I've seen all the movies. The next game that we're actually going to be reviewing is Resident Evil Village after this one, so be on the lookout for that next. Resident Evil 7 is a survival horror game that was released in 2017 and is played from a first-person camera perspective. The game is currently available on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, and Nintendo Switch. The game follows a new protagonist named Ethan as he searches for his missing wife Mia in a broken down estate in a Louisiana bayou. Most of the game is played from the perspective of Ethan. There are small parts here and there where you'll be seeing and doing things from the perspective of Mia, but it's definitely not the majority or very common. After Mia is missing for 3 years, she sends Ethan a frantic message, worrying, urging him to stay away. Once he finds out where she is, Ethan heads there immediately. Once Ethan arrives, he finds Mia relatively quick.
Oh, thank God I found you. It's me. It's Ethan.
Ethan? Ethan?
Some things happen though, and they end up getting separated. As Ethan is searching for his wife, he starts to find out information about the Baker family, the people that own the property. The family is a little weird to say the least. The family has 5 members. There's Jack, the father and patriarch of the family. There's Margaret, who is Jack's wife. There's their son Lucas, their daughter Zoe, and there's this elderly lady that's in a wheelchair. The game is mysterious and intriguing like any good Resident Evil game. There are good twists and turns, and you can't ever really tell what's about to happen next. The game does play like a Resident Evil game. There are plenty of mysteries and puzzles for you to solve as you run around a Baker estate looking for Mia. You have to make sure that you're reading the notes left around and searching all the nooks and crannies of the house. It's easy to speed past a room and miss an important item or a clue that will help you move along in the story and in the game. The graphics look pretty good and help set the tone for the game. The game has this nice darkness to it. The game mostly takes place at night, and the gloom and shadows helps keep the horror elements intact. Resident Evil is relatively short and generally takes less than 10 hours for you to complete the main story. Now, if you're someone that likes to complete games 100%, it'll take you up to 25 total hours to complete the game. I hadn't played this game in years when I recently decided to play through it again after getting ready for this review. I went through the game fairly slow, trying to make sure I didn't miss anything and had to retrace my steps a lot. My last playthrough took about 19 and a half hours. This game is definitely a slow burn. I understand that if you want to keep the horror elements high, then sometimes you have to slow down the game a little bit, but the gameplay was still just a little bit too slow for me. Now the game does pick up more as you progress through the story, and eventually the action does get really good. The boss fights are alright, but it's not the best. It's a lot of repetitive action and button pressing. Now this does also get better as you move along the game. The game only has a main story mode, and is missing the Mercenaries mode that has become a staple in the Resident Evil series. Now I understand the Mercenaries doesn't really line up with the story, but they could have found a way to somehow make it work. Your weapon selection is good enough. The game has a couple different knives, pistols, and shotguns. There's also a machine gun, a grenade launcher, a flamethrower, and some bombs. Ammo can be scarce in different parts of the game, so resources and how you manage them is very important. Item crafting still is a big part of this game as well. You have your classic chem fluid that you can combine with different items to make health potions or different types of ammo. You also can find repair kits that can fix broken guns that you can find on the Baker estate throughout the game. Biohazard definitely has the feeling of a Resident Evil game, Many of the elements that make the series so successful is here. Now, it definitely isn't my favorite Resident Evil game though at all. I like the games with a little bit more action. Now, with all that being said, I'll give Resident Evil Biohazard a 7.5 out of 10. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Maybe check out some of the reviews that we've already done. All right, until next time, we're out. Peace.